It was not if, but when. It's funny. One of the things I put in there, King Kong versus Godzilla, Trump versus Musk. But the movie Highlander said it best. Connor MacLeod, the Clan MacLeod. There could be only one. And that was always going to be the case. You can't have two people with this much power and this much ego and not expect at some point in time that the shine was going to wear off. You're also dealing with two people whose personalities are so strong that there's always a limited shelf life. You work for Donald, you work in the White House, you're on borrowed time for the minute you're there. It's great for the resume. It's great to raise your brand awareness, whether you want to be a good lobbyist or go get a television show or go work somewhere else on the Hill. Having that on your resume is fantastic. You're working for Elon, great thing to do. But they are time, there's a time concern with them because it's exhausting. 24 hours with them is 72 hours with the average person. And that is one of those things where you're always on a certain kind of like, when is this going to end? And that goes for them with each other. Wasn't if, but when. And today, the win arrived, and it was ugly, to say the least. Now, people ask me, well, what do you think? Whose side are you, team this or you team that? I'm going to tell you first and foremost, stop pretending that this was some sort of magical, they're playing 4D chess. Because when Elon went personal and essentially said, and I'm going to hopefully get this right here as I pull it up, when it comes to what he said about him and Epstein, that's not the situation where you're playing 4D chess so we can get this thing through. You're accusing somebody of essentially doing what everybody else who was with Epstein was accused of. You said time to drop the real big bomb. At real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. Mark the post for the future. The truth will come out. He sent that one out a little while longer. And, then the threats about we're going to pull this and we're going to pull that. It's about the mandates. It's ugly. He's right about the bill. Elon is. It's fat. It's bloated. There's a lot of crap in there I don't like. Trump's right, too, that some of this bill's great. I know it's the greatest, biggest bill of all time. It's the best thing ever. No, I think there's a lot of stuff in here I don't like that has as much to do with the debt, but also there's some things in there that just, no, thank you. I don't want any part of it. And now you've got two people that are arguably the two most powerful individuals on the planet. One of them is the most powerful in Donald Trump. The other one has the most money outside of maybe two other people in Xi and Putin. Neither of them come close. I mean, nobody on the planet comes close to what these two are. There's a respect you should have for the office, and you were there. And Trump, you allowed him to run wild. Do I think that he was exhausting? Of course he was exhausting. I've been telling people for weeks, my people have been telling me that he had worn out his welcome. But he also spent a lot of money. He also spent a shit ton of money. And on top of that shit ton of money, he took a lot of slings and arrows. He saw his name and his brands get hammered. He saw people actively working and hoping that he would fail. And you gave him a shitty key to the city and a cheap gold watch and essentially a little cupcake and said, thanks for your help. This was always going to happen. And here it is. People aren't going to talk about the big, beautiful bill. Trump's got to have a little bit of a smile. But now you've also made an enemy who's got unlimited funds, who, you know what, as rich as Trump is, Elon Musk could look at him and go, I'll flip you for your wealth like a coin. And if he wins, great. If he loses, it doesn't bother him. That's a whole bunch of fuck you money. And if you're the Republicans, do you pick mom or dad? Because either way, you're going to disappoint somebody. And with all that being said, you're still trying to get elected because Trump has to worry about the midterms. And now Elon's like, maybe we should start a third party, or maybe I'll just throw a bunch of money at Democrats and Republicans to primary these people. And then, you know what? We'll see what happens at that point in time in your last 2 years, Mr. President. This was always going to happen. It happened. I expect it to not end today. And yes, I expect there to be more personal issues firing at each other because both of them decided to land on each other's lands in their boats and burn the boats, meaning they're there to fight. Spicy is the best way to describe today. And the day ain't over yet.